Okay, so this is part 3, I believe. Yeah. After I got out of the hospital, um, I started doing okay. My recovery was still, my recovery was still a good ways off. But I dealt with a lot of anxiety whenever I got out of the hospital. Extreme anxiety to the point where I actually had to be medicated. I didn't want medication. I prefer, to do things more natural than to resort to medication. But I felt like I had no choice. I've never really dealt with anxiety, and I tried and tried to deal with it, and I was having anxiety attacks multiple times a day. Um, I just, I couldn't deal with it. But I went to the doctor, and they put me on a medication called Atarax. And, I told her I didn't want anything that I had to take daily. I just needed something to help me get over the anxiety attacks because I just couldn't deal with them. They were so bad. So this medication was not to be taken every day. It was just as needed, right then kind of thing that would just stop the anxiety attack. So I took Atarax. I had to take it daily because I was having anxiety attacks so much. But I took it for about a month, maybe less than that. I took it for a few weeks. And, when my anxiety just went away one day, I had talked to a counselor. I was going to go see a counselor to try and help me cope with the anxiety, and it just went away. I don't really understand, like I said, I've never really had anxiety, but it just kind of went away. Like, maybe it was just pregnancy related, I'm not sure. But anyway, so I haven't had to deal with any more anxiety, really. But I was so on edge whenever I was dealing with the anxiety. My fiance could say 2 things wrong to me, and I would lose my breath and just, full-fledged anxiety attack for little things. And, but anyway, I've been hospitalized twice after that. Yeah, or 3 times after that, but they were just for dehydration and kidney infection. The dehydration is related to the gastroparesis because I can't eat or drink as much as I'm supposed to. The past 3 months has really gotten, I've improved so much with that. But I was supposed to be on antibiotics for the rest of the pregnancy. But they make me so sick. I feel like I'm backtracking with my weight gain if I continue to take the antibiotics. The doctor has explained to me that they're not going to get rid of the kidney infection, that it's something else going on. So I'm not really, I don't really understand why they put me on the antibiotics, but I don't think I've come back with any more. I took them for like 2 months, but I just couldn't. I lost I lost my appetite completely, so, yeah, I just couldn't deal with it. But, what else? These past these past 2 months have been extremely easy for me. I've gotten, my appetite has increased tenfold, 100-fold. I'm actually eating like normal. I'm drinking like normal. I feel good. I feel like I have energy. I feel better at 38 or 37, whatever, 38 weeks pregnant than I did before I got pregnant. But I was very unhealthy from the gastroparesis. I couldn't manage it before I got pregnant. I didn't even know what it was before I got pregnant. I found out what it was while I was in the hospital on New Year's. Sorry, I'm having trouble breathing. But, I have been drinking a lot of Gatorade. Water is like a textural thing with me. I've never liked the texture of water. It reminds me a lot of spit, I guess. So with all of the problems that I've been having, water is just not my friend. So I had to substitute with Gatorade, and I have to admit I do drink a lot of soda. My midwife knows about it. She has told me over and over, just drink whatever I can tolerate best. I try to stay away from dark sodas, but Dr. Pepper tastes really good. Yeah. I try to drink more Gatorade than anything. I have to stay hydrated for Alina, so but yeah, I've been feeling really good, and I've been, I'm really happy with my weight gain. I'm probably the only pregnant girl that will get on the scale at the doctor's office and hope the number goes up. It's really weird to think that you're one of those people that has to gain weight. It's like a goal. I don't know. You'd have to understand, like if you were hyperemetic or emetic, you'd understand what I mean about that. I was so worried during the pregnancy that my not being able to eat would affect the baby, and that she would be underdeveloped or something, and I was extremely scared of that. And the doctors assured me that wouldn't happen, but that she would take what she needed from me regardless. But it's been a really rough ride. So yeah, I'm trying to think. Probably the easiest things for me to drink are carbonated drinks. Even if they're not soda, even carbonated water. Because, like I said, the whole water thing is really iffy for me. Carbonated water is really easy for me to drink. It's an acquired taste. It does taste funny, like it doesn't taste like water. Sodas, anything carbonated is really easy for me to drink, and it took me a long time to be able to drink Gatorade. I guess because it was thicker than water and soda. Foods, just really whatever I'm feeling. Now it's not a problem, but earlier in pregnancy, it was really hard, especially whenever I was having a lot of food aversions. But yeah, I've got to go. I'll see you guys in a minute.